Welcome back to my YouTube channel. This is your girl Coach Corey. This is the place we inspire, motivate, and we impact. I know I've been quiet, but I had to go and kind of regroup, and you will see why in 2023. I have a few things that I'm doing, just changing our trajectory just a little bit, just based on the feedback that I have received from you all. And you know what? Let me start off by saying thank you. Thank you for supporting me. Thank you for harassing me. Hey, Corey, we haven't seen a video recently. You know yourself. I have some diehard supporters out there, and I'm very grateful for you because somehow, somewhere, there's a video or two that has impacted you, that has caused you to just hunger for more. And hopefully, I can do more. I can do better for you this year. So let's get to business. First things first, being the beginning of the year, what do? We know the drill. We put down our goals, our resolutions for the new year, and sometimes we make it, sometimes we don't. So I'm gonna start by looking at my own goals, because the first lesson I have learned before I put new goals is to take stock of last year's goals. So I'm gonna share with you. I don't know what you had planned to do in 2022, whether it worked, whether it did not work. So I'll share a few of mine now. Some really did not work, but I know why. Yeah. As a coach, I have learned how to analyze some of these things, and that's why I actually coach, because you cannot coach if you do not put to practice what you preach. Hello. Okay, let's do this. Let me see some of what I can share, because you know, as a wise person, you do not share everything. Do not go telling all your business out there. One of those things that has worked, that I'm really happy, is to learn how to trade stocks and options. I really joined in like end of 2021, but I really didn't get to do anything. So my goal for 2022 was, okay, get your hands dirty, get in it and make some money. Did I make money? Yes. Did I lose money? Oh yes. Why? Because it's part of the learning process. So 2023 is my breakaway year, and we'll wait and see what happens. I don't want to talk too much, but I think you kind of get the gist of where that's going. That has to do with financial freedom. The other thing was, I really have this thing about paying it forward, and I've learned that God has really blessed me in so many areas. And to be honest, where I'm at today and some of the things I have been able to do are truly a privilege. And I had not dreamt even some of them. You know how the scripture says that he is able to do exceedingly abundantly above what you ask or imagine? Yes, in some areas of my life, I have lived it. I have dreamt it. For example, as a young lady, when my family, we were going through such a difficult time, being raised by a single mom, child, we couldn't even afford underwear, okay? The last thing on my mind, even as a dream, was owning a home in the US, okay? I did dream of coming to the US because, you know, I used to watch this show called Different Strokes. Yes, I used to watch Different Strokes, and I was sure Todd Bridges was going to be my husband. Move over, Janet Jackson. Okay, if you know the show, you know Janet Jackson used to be part of the show, but I digress. Let's move on. One of my goals was to come to the US. No, it wasn't a goal. I take that back. One of my dreams, but it was a really far-flung out childhood dream, and it just came out of watching Different Strokes. It wasn't a serious dream, you know, it was just kind of thing, what you'd call building castles in the air. I had no idea that the good Lord actually had deposited that as a seed in me, and he was going to make it to come to pass in the right time and season. So fast forward, I have been in America for quite a bit, and God has blessed me with a home. So back to my point, goal number 2 was to be able to partner with somebody to pay it forward, not to come to America, but just to be a blessing, especially in the area of mentorship and education. And guess what? Your girl here, she did it. And who did I partner with? If you follow my YouTube channel, you saw me earlier in February with the Were Jesus family. Yes, this is an amazing family. I've been by then I started following that family, that young couple from when they started. I think it was at the beginning. I think their first video was like going to Githurai or something like that. Githurai is a really posh market. It's actually a market back in Kenya that I'm quite familiar with. And so they do have a foundation where they sponsor some, let me say, underprivileged children. I was able to represent my family along with my husband. We were able to join them and meet the beautiful children of Kariobangi South Primary. Woo woo! And we were able to do something small and meet an amazing woman, Grace Nganga Mama Mili. I love you, girl. You know yourself. You have done some amazing things. Let me tell you, people, if you don't know this, Mama Mili is one of those women, and she has a group of other women, Mrs. Congo. I forget some of the other ladies' names, but I like to do shout outs to people who may never be recognized, but the principal of Kariobangi South and just a few of the other women, I forget their names, and they're such good people. Anyway, they're doing an amazing job, and they really step in to help those children where they can. They have limited resources. And then I got to meet another lady called Lillian. Lillian, if you did not watch her video, please go back to last year, watch her video. She got TB, she got bedridden because she got paralyzed from her waist down. She couldn't feel her legs. So we went to see her, and see God, I will share a clip of that video. See God, that lady has started walking slowly by slowly. It's a long story, I can't get into it right now, but talk of goals that just give you goosebumps, goals that make you feel, ooh. Just being able to meet people like that and to be able to partner with people who have such beautiful hearts, to me, it just takes the cake. It takes the cake. And I'm hoping I can do more this year. So that was goal number 2. Oh, but then another goal. Are you ready for this one? But this one it was not even a 2022 goal. It was a goal I have had for a long time. And I remember standing many years back, standing at the pulpit at JCC in Nairobi at Daughters of Zion, and declaring, I will travel business class. Again, that time I was broke. Yes, I used to fly, but I had entered a season of my life where things had dried out a little bit. And now I was like, I'm not just gonna come out of this, but I'm gonna come out of this big time. Did it take a while? Yeah, it did. But this year, come on, let me tell you, this year I was able to not just fly business class, but, and let me take this back. I have flown business class before, kind of like being, and that's why I really desired this. I have been upgraded by the airline business class, and I was like, hiya, you mean that curtain in front, people have a different experience than those of us here at the back, yeah? And I was like, no. So I went on YouTube. I had seen what business class people, what they experience, and I was like, my God, the God that blesses those people, here in the front is the same God of economy. I said, this God, you know, the Bible says he gives us good desires. And I said, Lord, not for pride, because I don't want to do it for pride. But let me enjoy. You say that we shall eat the good of the land. Oh. Eh? Can your daughter taste this good? And so I wanted to go Qatar. If you have flown Qatar Airways, and I'm in Dallas Fort Worth, and flying to Nairobi from Dallas Fort Worth is, first you take 14 hours from Dallas to Doha, then 5 to 5.5 hours from Doha to Nairobi. So it's a really long flight. And whenever I have flown home, it's just taken a toll on me when I fly economy. Again, I see those people in business. Let me tell you, our God is so good, because there are some goals that you can't make to pass in your own power. Really, honestly. Like God gotta step in and say, goodness and mercy shall follow you all the days of your life. Girl, I got you. I got you. And Jesus did it for me. People, I flew business class. If you haven't watched that video, it's there. Just go to my library. You'll find it in there. That was a goal. That was a goal for beyond even 2022. Honestly, it's a goal I have had, but it just shows up every year. And that's the other thing. Just be consistent. Knock that door. Persistent. Be persistent. Knock that door. Don't get tired. Don't grow weary. Push. Push. Just like a mother in labor, she does not get tired. That baby gotta come out. You know? So knock on that door until it opens. And let me tell you, entering that, you know, now when I was recording and I was on the flight, I was feeling a little shy, because this is my first time and I didn't want to look shy, or I didn't want to look like starstruck, or so you walk in like this is normal. I've been doing this. I mean, what is it? Kwani? So I walked in with confidence and I sat down, and then a flight attendant comes and tells you, hi, my name is so and so, and I will be a flight attendant on your flight attendant on this flight. If you need anything, let me know. People, hey, you have your own flight attendant. You know, in economy, you know how it is. You have the same flight attendant for the 300 of you. My Jesus, I am here. And then she asks me, would you like a drink? And I'm like, now I don't even know what drink to ask. I don't know what they offer. I don't know anything. So she tells me, we have this juice, what this, and I asked which one is the best. Of course, head high. You gotta get used to looking like you fake it till you make it. So your girl here, she just styled up. And she told me Sijui something mint. I had mint. I said, that one, at least I know mint. So I got that drink. And let me tell you, I got a blanket. And because I am, lucky God, he helps his children. Because I am, Kenyan like that. I had carried my own blanket. I always carry my own blanket. I don't like the airline blankets. So I didn't want to use theirs. And I was not sure whether it was a good one. I was put to shame. The Qatar blanket was, a real one, not this flimsy thing that they give in economy, plus the food. Anyway, I don't want to dwell so much on that, but that whole experience for me felt like a promotion, a real promotion. And I pray that I know and I believe that God is going to make it possible for me over and over. Does that mean I'll never travel economy? No, it does not mean that. But my eyes are opened to business. Steve Harvey says, once you go in there, and then I get to Doha and I go to the lounge, yawa, and I take a shower. Let me tell you, life can be good. There's another life people are living, but we are getting there. Next goal. Oh yes, to go on a cruise. I have wanted to go on a cruise for the longest. So guess what? I got a chance to get on a cruise this past year. When was it? When did we go? When did we go on the cruise? Because I remember the hurricane was coming. I was like, no. Because we had booked a cruise in 2020, and then it was for May of 2020. Do I need to explain what happened in 2020? COVID. So needless to say, cruise was cancelled. So now we do this again. So I don't want to book it too early. I can't remember the exact month we went. I want to say October. It was after my birthday, which is September. Because it was like a birthday come anniversary, because our anniversary is 1st of November. So I want to say end of September, October there. And now, here in the northern hemisphere, it's hurricane season. But hurricane season lasts like 6-8 months. So there is no telling when the hurricanes will come. My people, just when I thought this is it, Hurricane Ian, and it is coming the week we were going. And so we were like this, are they going to cancel it? They did not cancel it. We were able to get on the cruise. My Jesus, my Savior, for sure, you are faithful. That was such a big check. Now, why am I sharing all these things with you? First of all, I love to travel. But I'm sharing this with you to help you understand that we have to be very, very, very intentional about the goals we set out to do, and that they may not always happen when we expect them. And it's okay, as long as we keep being persistent. Another thing my husband and I had really, really prayed for a long time is just to be able to take both our moms out on like a mini vacation or a vacation somewhere, and we were able to do it. We went to Leruat and we took them to Elementaita, Serena. Hey, come on, let me tell you, to be able to be a blessing to your parents, priceless. No money. It's not about even taking them out. Parenting is so difficult, and for us today, because we know we are parents, we know how hard it is and the sacrifices that we have had to make. And so you become more sensitive to the sacrifices your parents have had to make for you, the things they had to do without so that you can have. And just being able to do that, our hearts are full. And then it was on my vision board for the marriage of my children. See, God, our daughter got married. And let me tell you, one day I'll come and share her story. And actually I'll come with her so she can share her own story. We had our families fly in, and we had a beautiful wedding. I give glory and honor to God, because that in itself was a miracle. Family rallied behind us and things just worked out. But not everything worked out. Okay? And I want to be clear, because as you set your goals, you need to also be prepared for the challenges that come with goal setting. Not everything worked out. And what are some of the things that didn't work out? We were supposed to have a Rurashio ceremony for our daughter. That did not work out. Why did it not work out? Because a month before the Rurashio, my son-in-law lost his father. It was too close. And they had their funeral arrangements going, and everybody was just grieving. And so we felt it best to postpone that particular event, but the family really wanted to go ahead with the wedding date, and a lot had been done, tickets had been booked and all that, venues paid for, so it was a little bit more difficult to change that. And the groom's family really wanted to go ahead with the wedding on the dates that we had agreed. God willing, we will have the Rurashio ceremony at another time. That's life. And that's the other thing we have to take into consideration, that when you make goals, life will happen and you can't control some of these things. So you need to be prepared to deal with them when they happen. And it is what it is. Just like I said earlier, we had booked a cruise for 2020. It didn't happen. COVID happened. Nobody could have controlled that situation. You know, I always say the whole world shutting down, that was a God thing. Hello? So that's a reality. And so as I wrap up this video, I want to ask you, what are your goals for 2023? What are your goals for 2023? And have you taken stock of 2022? What did you do wrong? What did you do right? And so if you like this video, please share with us in the comments some of what you achieved and some of what you plan to do better in 2023. And subscribe if this is the kind of content that you like. Share it with your friends. And until next time, be motivated and be authentic and step out into the best version of who you were created to be. Bye-bye.